Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Racing Previews and Reviews with me, Mark Fanning. We got some cracking racing here for the weekend. The 2-day Dublin 2022 Racing Festival. What an absolute cracking racing festival this is. It's the last big meeting I was at before COVID struck, and unfortunately I can't get there this year, but I am absolutely jealous of they can. We've got some great racing to look forward to over the next 2 days. I'm just going to preview day one. We've got 4 grade ones. The first race is off at 105. Feature race is the Irish Gold Cup. What a fantastic race that is. But before all that, I'm going to kick it off with the first race. It's the 105. It's the grade 1 novice hurdle. We're down to 7 runners here, which kind of scraps my plan for an each way selection in the race. But we've got some cracking horses to look forward to here. Some of the best novices in the country. Willie Mullins has a couple of runners in it. Gordon Elliott has a couple of runners in it. And Joseph O'Brien has 1 or 2 in it. The grand jury and Hollow Games were 2nd and 3rd in the grade 1 Lawler's novice hurdle at Naas last time out. They ran behind Ginto, and I wouldn't be surprised if these two battle it out again here. But the one I'm going to go for is the Gordon Elliott, Jack Kendi ridden Manila Crooner. He was a very impressive winner of a maiden at Punterstown. He's around 3-1 at the minute. There was plenty of money piling in for it. And he gets my selection here. I was really impressed on his debut. Now, he has to step up into this company. The one that I was going to go for each way was Joseph O'Brien's Eric Bloodaxe. I can see him running a mighty race here. But being down to 7 runners, he'd have to go out a bit of a bigger price for me to back him each way. He's around 6-1 at the minute. Brian Cooper in 6 of Gigginstown. But for me, Manila Crooner gets my vote here in the first race. That brings us to the Spring Juvenile Hurdle. It's a grade 1 again. This time, it's for 4-year-olds only. It's over 2 miles. And these are going to be hopefully going down the Supreme Novices route. Some of the faster juvenile hurdles. Here we've got 9 quality runners lined up here. Again, Farm with Gordon and Willie. No Mead is 1 in it. And we have 1 from the Joseph O'Brien yard and 1 from the Mike Fagan yard. But at top of the market, we've got Phil Dorr for Gordon Elliott. He's short. He's 5-4 with Davy Russell in the saddle. 3 from 3 over hurdles. He's a course and distance winner. He will take the beating, but I'm going to take him on with Willie Mullins and Paul Townend's Vabon in the famous colours of Rich Ritchie. I really liked his debut. He finished 2nd. Although he was beaten, he was 2nd. He was 2nd to Pied Piper. He went on and franked the form by winning. It was a grade 2. I'm nearly 100% sure it was a grade 2 in Cheltenham. He absolutely trounced him in Cheltenham. He was only beaten a half a length. He's bound to step up, and he was 15 inches clear of the 3rd. He's on the drift here. He's 5-2. But for me, I think with Boyle Sports, fantastic offer. I finished in 2nd, getting your money back as a free bet. I think he's going to take the beating here. 5-2 for me. So I think he's the one here. Willie's other horse, the JP runner, he's another one that catches my eye. But for me, I'm going to stick with Paul Townend's Ride Vabon in the 2nd race. That brings us to the 3rd race. It's the Arkle. It's the Novice Chase. It's a grade 1 again. It's over 2 miles 1. We've seen some fantastic winners of this down through the years. We've very competitive 6-runner field line up here. But for me, Blue Lark is the one here. Paul Townend again, Willie Mullins. You're going to hear that name a lot out of my name these days, but the statistics don't lie and the numbers don't lie. He's 7-4 at the minute. I was really, really taken by this horse's debut and his last run over the bigger obstacles. He was a cracking novice hurdler. He was placed in a couple of grade 1s. He was going to be 2nd in the Supreme Novice last year. But for me, since he went over the bigger obstacles and the last day, I know it was a small runner field at Naas, but for me, he was electric over them. He jumped absolutely supreme over them. And I think he's in the famous colours of Isaac Suede, and he has retained right up Darrell Jacob. He's injured at the minute. I think he'll be licking his chomps. But for me, Paul Townend again for a quick fire double here. 7-4 Blue Lord for me in the 3rd. That brings us to one of the hardest races on the card. It's the 245. It's a 3-mile handicap hurdle. We've got 24 lining up here. It's a tricky enough race. I have 2 each way. Boyle Sports are going to play in 6 places in the race. One at a big price, authorised art for Willie Mullins, Danny Mullins, 25-1. Now, he'll have to put it all together, but if he does, I can see him being in the first 6. He was a French recruit, and then he was a winner on debut at Punchestown. Hasn't ran a whole pile since, missed a lot of time. He was gelded in between runs. He ran credible the last day behind some of these. I think Panda Boy run the race he was in. So I think if you can put it together and jump fairly fluently, Danny Mullins is an eye-catching ride, as Willie has a few in it. So 25-1, he's worth a squeak each way. The one I'm very strong on here is Dunboyne. He was going very well the last day in the race. The Panda Boy, who was at the top of the market again for Martin Brazel. But Dunboyne here for Gordon Elliott, Jack Kennedy. He was going very well, and he made a mistake 2 out. Then he got hampered by a horse. He still finished 5th that day. So for me, I think given a clear round here, he should put a bang up to it. So Dunboyne and authorised art in the ultra competitive handicap hurdle, the 245. And that brings us to the feature race of day one. It is the Irish Gold Cup. What an absolute fantastic race this is. Full of folklore. I don't need to get into it. I just need to get into the preview here. It's at 3:15. It's over 3 miles. We've got 8 runners lining up here. And there's some cracking names here. We're all trying to fire our hat again, of course, at Precipice Park Gold Cup. But I think for me, last year's winner, Kemboy, he's going to have to take the beating here. He is in the hands of Paul Townend for Willie Mullins. He's 3-1 at the minute. I think he's going to take all the beating here. One at squeaky each way chance is Delta Work for Gordon Elliott and Jack Kennedy. He won the race 2 years ago. If he comes back, he could be the dark horse in the race. So he could be one for a bit of each way money. But for me, Kemboy for Willie, he's definitely going to take the beating here, I think. Asterion Forlonge, one of our fan favourites. We love this horse, but he just can't put it together. Every time we back him, or he falls or he unseats. But so the one day that we won't, he'll probably stick it and go at it. But for me, I'm just going to stick with he's one of the favourites, Kemboy. The second last race on the card then is another handicap. It's a chase. It's over 2 miles 1. It's only got 9 runners. This it had to go to 20 or 22 runners last year, but it's a hard race to pick. Still, it's very competitive. Some great names there. Some look, the one I'm going to go side with here is Exapole for Jessica Harrington. Jack Foley in the saddle, taking a valuable £5 off. Course and distance winner, was second last time out of Grange Walk, who reposes here, but he's a lot better on the weights. So for me, Exapole here, if he goes out to 5 or 6-1, definitely a good each way shout here. And that brings us to the last race. It's the Future Stars C&G National Hunt Flat race. It's a grade 2 over 2 miles. This race is an absolute stepping stone to the Cheltenham Champion bumper. Got 7 super runners lined up here. Of course, Willie Mullins has 2 in it, 2 very, very good runners. One of those, a course and distance winner last time out. He is a son of multiple festival winner Facile Vega. He's going to take all the beating here. I was super impressed with his debut again over the course and distance. Paddy Mullins takes the ride here. So for me, he is definitely going to take the beating here. I think to go on and hopefully win at Cheltenham as well. So maybe it's something like that in the markets here. But I can look. The form has been frank since the second horse has gone out and won. So yeah, Facile Vega for me. One that might run well at a price. Again, I was hoping there was going to be 8 or 9 runners in this. But Willie Mullins is other runner. Embassy Gardens. You can see him running a nice race as well. But for me, Facile Vega. And that concludes our day one preview of Dublin Racing Festival 2022. Hopefully we bang in some winners, and I am absolutely much looking forward to Sunday's action, day 2. But before all that, we need to get day 1 out of the way. We've got some very good novice grade ones, and of course the feature, the Irish Gold Cup. What a race that is going to be, I can see. And hopefully all the riders and horses come back safe and sound. We'll get a few more clues with the novices heading to Cheltenham. And yeah, hopefully we get a few more winners. So again, guys, please hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe, and I shall talk to you again very, very soon. Cheers, guys.